Welcome to Mumbai. I am in the cultural capital of India. Now I flew here from Jodhpur and I was sad to leave, but I only have 30 days on my e-visa and so it was time to move on. First night I stayed in Ville Parle, not sure how to pronounce that, but it's an amazing posh neighborhood in the north by the airport. I loved it. Lots of greenery, small neighborhood restaurants, and then we came upon this huge parade for a spring festival. The only thing I didn't like was rooms were 4,000 minimum a night and they weren't very nice. And so I decided I would move into the south central area, which was closer to the markets, closer to some of the tourist attractions. Also found a room, not very nice, but 1,500 rupees a night, so much, much better. So today we're going to walk down to Mumbai's #1 tourist attraction. Check out the architecture there because there's a lot of influence from British colonization. And then also we're going to check out the street food. Mumbai is known for the street food and we're only 20-minute walk away from 2 of the biggest markets. Mumbai is hot. It's best to go out early in the day, late in the afternoon, in the middle of the day. Just kind of take it easy. We're gonna find somewhere for breakfast. Now, as I said, we are not staying in the best neighborhood. That doesn't mean it's a bad neighborhood. It just means we're not staying in a posh neighborhood like before. We're around the corner from the Masjid metro station, and it's just like a working class neighborhood. There's a lot of people out. Last night we walked around. It's certainly not feeling dangerous, but if you're someone that's uncomfortable with loud noise, people out on the street, too much garbage, this might not be the neighborhood for you, but I actually quite like it. It's just a nice balance from where we were before. We're seeing another side of Mumbai. So throughout India, we found a number of different chais. Masala chai, which is tended to be spicier. You can also get ginger, lemongrass. We've had it on the train where it's mostly just water, not a lot of milk. But I think the golden ratio is like 1 cup of milk to 1 cup of water. And all over the city, people talk about the best chais. Milky, gingery, spicy. This is one of the best I think we've had. It's just on a corner here, but there are a lot of people here. It is very hot, but it almost tastes like a little gingerbread tea latte. So looking down the street, I can see that there are kind of a couple of restaurants all in a row. So I think that's probably where we will check out breakfast today. Alright, so for breakfast we decided to stop off at Kaiser Hind, and truth be told, I haven't eaten here before. Yesterday we ate here twice. So we walked by and there were so many locals in it, we thought let's stop in. It's kind of like a cafeteria style place. Very simple food, but so many dishes from around India, and because it was packed we knew it would be good. Now when we came for breakfast, I looked and I thought, oh, there are not a lot of things available for breakfast. And then they just dropped this off on the table. So we have samosa, some tamarind, and I think this is a mint chutney. When I came in here yesterday, one of the things I did notice was I was the only woman here. And so I posted it up on Instagram, and a lot of people asked me, they said, how do you feel about being the only woman somewhere? And the truth is, I noticed it, but it doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. Different cultures have different ways, and some men hang out together and women hang out together. And so Alan and I were here together. Everyone was so nice. That's actually why we came back a second time and a third time. So first time we had biryani and hakka noodles. It was fantastic. Then we came back and had some chana masala and some paratha bread. It was also so good. And so today we're here from the samosas. We haven't had a meal over 210 rupees. Very cheap, very local. Let's try this samosa. Sweet, and a little bit spicy. And then this mint sauce. So good. Here it's very clean. They clean up right away. It's like cafeteria style. Very nice. if you're in this area, I would definitely come here. No other tourists, no other women. Just me, Ellen, and a bunch of locals. Lots of milk, which is great. A little bit of ginger, but the flavor isn't as strong. And I've noticed this. The best chai is always on the street. So you really do need to go look for the little tea stalls where they are the busiest, because those are the best. I think they have the stronger flavors. I definitely prefer a stronger flavor, but it's good here. You can get it in a restaurant, but there's just something about having it on the street, experiencing it on the street, but also I think the flavor, all my favorite chais have been better on the street. We are now off to the Bhendi Bazaar. So it is right next to Crawford Market. Both are very well known for good shopping of different things. Now I learned that the Bhendi Bazaar actually is named because it was a take on the British saying that that area was behind the market. A little tip for you, there should be some good food there, also some good shopping. This is our last city before heading to the beach area, Goa, and so we do have some things that we want to buy. So today is going to be a little bit of shopping, a little bit of eating, more chai, definitely more chai. Some things that I've noticed here in Mumbai. So one, you'll see women wearing very modern clothing. I believe Mumbai was one of the first cities where women started wearing jeans and it was widely accepted. So you see women wearing everything from jeans to completely draped in black. I have noticed in India overall that Muslim women are actually more covered than they are in Indonesia. Indonesia has the largest population of Muslims in the world, but you'll find girls there wearing, you know, jeans, long sleeve shirt, and then a very decorative hijab. Here for a lot of them, they're covering everything but their eyes. So that's interesting to see and definitely not common in Indonesia, but it just goes to show you that, you know, people practice and express their religion in different ways in different countries. And then actually also there is a Hindu sect that they cover their face completely in public. So they almost have this veil on, and I saw that quite a bit in Jaipur. So you see women wearing a lot of different things in a lot of different ways. Second, you'll see a lot more meat here. So we've certainly seen a lot more chicken, a lot of other areas in the north. It was not common at all to see meat on a menu, and most menus were vegetarian, but here you can see chicken, mutton, things like that. I still have not seen any cow. I think that's just something that does not exist openly in restaurants. All right, so there are two places on my list of places I'd like to go to. It's one place, Cold Drinks, another place, Ice Cream. So we're gonna check it out to see if they're open, and if not, we're gonna head over to Crawford. Got to Idris Cold Drinks, and I already love this place. So we're in the shade. There is somewhere to sit. They are so nice. When we were looking at what to drink and I had my camera, they said, oh, if you want to shoot a video of it, come on up here. So this is Rimzim. It is something that you drink if you've had a big meal, you're feeling kind of full, it helps with digestion. So it's a masala, syrup, ice, sugar, and then also black pepper on top. It kind of tastes like tamarind fruit. It has like a jammy kind of flavor, like if you could take like maybe a cherry pie and turn it into a drink with soda water, not too carbonated. This is what it is. It's fantastic. It's so hot out right now, and this is exactly what I need. This is so good, 25 rupees. You want to experience something local, this is the place to do it. This spot here, very well known, super clean. They make it in front of you. It's fantastic. Idris Cold Drinks is Taj Ice Cream. It's been around since 1887, making hand-churned ice cream. They have a number of different flavors. We're now on the 5th and 6th generation of this family owning it. This spot is spotless, and they have so many different types of fruit. But I wanted to try the chickoo. Chickoo is known as sapodilla or sapota in Latin America. It's also known as sawo in Indonesia, and it's like a fruit that almost has like a spicy flavor. So it is like clove, star anise, cinnamon, nutmeg, all of those flavors, but naturally as a fruit. One of these cups is only 80 rupees. It's really, really good. They only use pure ingredients, do everything by hand, no additives to it. Did I mention it's hot in Mumbai? This is something else that you need to try. Right beside each other, really easy to get to. Both these spots are really great. Now I will admit, walking through the market, starting in Bhendi and now we're in the Chor market or the Thieves market, there are parts of that market that were kind of dicey. Maybe not the most hygienic, but in this little spot right here, it's a great spot. You'll definitely notice much cleaner, much more organized, and really interesting shops that you might want to stop into. All right, from outdoor market to indoor market, we're gonna hit the biggest market, or the most popular, or the best. One of those things is the Crawford Market. It's about a 20-minute walk according to Google Maps. So we're gonna head over there. This is a market that's actually in a building, and it's supposed to be a great place to eat, and that is fantastic because we had a drink, we had ice cream, and now we need lunch. All right, so this market was built in 1868, and as soon as I walked in, I thought, wow, it reminds me of the St. Lawrence Market in Toronto, but smaller, and I looked it up. St. Lawrence Market built in 1803. So similar style, similar markets. This one is much, much smaller. Now when you come in, they say that if you are a visitor, you should hire a porter. We came in to kind of go to the bathroom, and I thought we could eat in the market, but actually it's mostly for shopping. So a lot of dried fruit, nuts, spices, syrups, definitely locals here shopping. Not a lot of tourists, although we did see a tour group. But if you want to come in, be prepared. Someone will ask you. There is a bathroom, which is the other reason why we wanted to stop in. And I think it costs 10 rupees for both of us to go to the bathroom, so 5 each. Not bad. But if you're looking for souvenirs or things like that, which I thought we might have, it's not really that. This is definitely a locals market. And now we're in heaven. Across from the market is Badshah Cold Drinks. Yes, everyone here wants cold drinks because it is so hot outside. Now downstairs you'll see there's like a fruit stand for juice, but you'll also see a sign pointing up the stairs to snacks. And so they have a number of traditional and also snacks from all over India. I wanted to try the Pav Bhaji. Now this is a Mumbai street food snack. It originated here and is so popular that you can get it around the country. One of the first things I noticed when I got to Mumbai was all of these soft rolls. Like, they love soft rolls, and so do I. Now Pav Bhaji is so popular. It's such a popular street food that actually you'll find it in restaurants too. Everyone in India loves street food, from working class right up to fine dining. And in order not to lose business, a lot of restaurants actually started serving street food dishes, classic street food dishes on the menu. Otherwise, everyone would just be eating in the street. Now this is a thick vegetable curry. It has things like onions, peppers, carrots, a lot of the different things that you would expect. It's supposed to be a little bit spicy. It comes with some red onion. Let's sprinkle a little bit on there. And then also a little bit of lime. Now what you do here is you just dig in. So going to get into one of these rolls. This one is a special. So Badshah has been around since 1905. They are known for this one because they put a little bit of butter in it. All that tasty gravy. delicious soft roll. This is so tasty. If you're worried it's not too spicy, this is like one of the original Mumbai street foods. You have to try it. That was a great snack, but we have more bread to eat, another street food. I have a tip on a stall for Bombay sandwiches. Now, some people think, oh my god, all you do is walk around and eat all day. Yeah, that's true. If I had more time here in Mumbai, we definitely would have gone to more restaurants, more museums, try to catch more of the culture. But when you only have a little bit of time, I actually feel like when you walk around the city, you get a better sense of what a city is like, what the people are like. And so by having these street food dishes and things that I want to eat that are 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes away, you know, you really walk a lot of the city and you get a sense of what it's like here. That's like my favorite way to spend the day, just walking around and eating and then walking somewhere else. All right, so this is the Bombay sandwich. It's a sandwich that originated in Mumbai. The former name of Mumbai was Bombay. And it's a vegetable and cheese sandwich on white toast. It's toasted and it has cucumber, tomatoes. Sometimes it has other vegetables in it. And then on top they put a little bit of butter, a little bit of spicy chutney. And then this, I don't know what this is called. If you can tell me the name, but it's like wheat. It's like wheat, it gives a texture, but if you know the name, please let me know. This is 50 rupees. You can get it all over Mumbai. Really tasty, crunchy. We've got that green chutney, which he said was spicy, but actually, not too spicy at all. This is really delicious. You can see. You can eat a lot of vegetables for a snack, or this is actually, I think, the size of a lunch, and it's actually really tasty. And one of the things that I forgot to say was, here you might not know it as a Bombay sandwich. You might see it as vegetable toast, or in this case, vegetable cheese toast. So the cheese does get toasty because even on the street, they put it in that kiln and it really toasts it up. But as I ate more of this, I discovered more. There's also beet and potato in mine. I think potato is very common. I should have seen by the color that it was beet, but it's really, really tasty. All right, so we are on our way to the #1 tourist attraction in Mumbai, but we love to walk everywhere. And so we have walked through our neighborhood. We saw it get a little bit nicer. We went by the train station. Then we walked through a neighborhood that kind of felt like Brooklyn, like New York City, very chic. And then we are now in the most expensive neighborhood. So lots of British colonial buildings, Rolls-Royce cars, BMWs, you name it. If it's a luxury car, it is here. And it's also home to a lot of the tourist attractions here. The only problem with going out at these times, it's also when people are coming and going for work. So there is a lot of honking. But it's been so nice to walk because you really get to be nosy and look around neighborhoods, take pictures. Tuk-tuks are great, Uber is great, taxis are great, but it doesn't beat walking. I would say in this city more than anywhere else, you really see all of that old architecture, like the old colonial influence. And as a Canadian, to be honest, I don't know a lot about the colonization of India. I do know that the British colonized for a very long time. It wasn't very good. They took a lot of things that they should give back. But it's interesting to see it in Mumbai. Like, it's just a completely different feeling down here. So interesting. You know, in less than 40 minutes, we've walked through 3 or 4 very distinctive neighborhoods that all are so different. This is beautiful though. All right, so we finally made it. We are at the gate of India in Mumbai. This is the #1 tourist attraction. It is so busy that we have shot this 7 times. People keep walking in front of me, behind me, ruining the shot. But this is kind of the reality here. There's going to be a lot of people. I would come early in the morning or late at night because it is hot. We're right on the port. It's very humid. You do have to come through security, and they tell you that you cannot shoot with video cameras, but you can use your phone. I have an iPhone, so it is actually better than my camera, and so I'm just happy they're letting us share this with you. Now, in the 20th century, King Emperor George V was the first British monarch to come to India, and so they built this monstrosity to welcome him. It exists today. It is beautiful. We're going to try to get a closer look, but I'm not really sure if it's possible because it looks like they're setting up for an event. It's free to come down, so even if we don't get really close, that's okay. Morning. Yesterday I felt like I failed because I had so many things on my list that I wanted to eat and I didn't eat them. And so we're headed to a breakfast spot where I think I can get some traditional food. It's next to the place that I went to yesterday. We're gonna see. I don't have a lot of time today, but whatever time we have, we're gonna use it. Alright, it's official. I have failed. I could not find the pani puri anywhere in this airport. I also, for some reason, couldn't find postcards or magnets. The bookshops, which normally have them, did not have them, and they didn't say where I could get them. They just said, no, people don't have postcards. So maybe I'm going to try to get a postcard in the post office in Goa because I've got 2 young nephews and I really want to send them postcards. For me, when I was young, getting mail was so exciting. And we ended up at McDonald's. So we decided that maybe we didn't want to eat something spicy before we got on the flight. Alan wanted some coffee, and so I thought, oh, like I can get a burger. So I got this veg burger. I will see you next in Goa. So I'm spending 8 days there. I want to check out a number of the beaches because did you know there are 2 airports? There's a North Airport and a South Airport. It's that big, and they say that Goa is the Hawaii of India. So I think it's going to be pretty good. And in the end, not getting the pani puri, maybe my first time eating it should not be in the airport. It just means Mumbai, I am definitely coming back on my next trip to India. I'll see you guys in Goa. Join my Patreon community for more behind the scenes and exclusive content you won't find elsewhere. You can also find me on Instagram, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. All of these things make my day. Thank you so much for your support.